Good morning, students. So, I'm back again with a new chapter. Okay, and last time we talked about flora and fauna and the protected areas, endemic species, and endangered species. Now, we will be going with a new and very new chapter, and in that also we are going to study about very interesting topic. So, before going to that topic, let me show you a picture first. Okay, student, are you able to see this? These are very interesting. These are looking like your friends also. Yes? So tell me this, that this all the children's, or these are your friends. Imagine that these are your friends. Okay, so what our body is made up of, means what are their body made up of? Okay, tell me about that. So our body is made up of cells. So if our body is made up of cells, so do you know how cells was discovered? Anyone know about this, how cell was discovered? So for that there is a video, and the link of this video is in the description box. Please go over there and see the video. Okay, till then let me explain you what is in the video. Okay, so in that video you will be able to see that cell was discovered in the year 1665 by Robert Hooke. Okay, who observed the slices of cork under magnifying device. Okay, the box appeared like honeycomb in structure. See, honeycomb in structure, it was like this. Let me show you. Honeycomb in structure is like this. Just a second. Honeycomb structure is, just a second, yes. So this is Lisa. Yes, honeycomb structure will be like this. Are you able to see this? This is the structure of cell. It looks like same as honeycomb. Okay, students. So students, we are going to study about discovery of cell today. So now see, discovery of cell. So it was discovered by Robert Hooke in the year of 1665. He observed slices of cork under a simple magnifying device. Okay, students, everyone is still here? Now, cork is a part of the bark of a tree. He took thin slices of cork and observed them under a microscope. He noticed partitioned boxes or compartments of the cork slice. These boxes appeared like a honeycomb structure. Okay, he also noticed that one box was separated from other by a wall of partition. Hooke coined the term as cell, means he termed this thing as cell for each box. Okay, that from then only everything was known as cell. What Hooke observed as box or cell is the cork were actually dead cells. Okay, see, one more thing, dead cells, you have to remember this also. What did Robert Hooke observe? He observed dead cells. Okay, and it was in like honeycomb in structure, and it was of bark of a tree. He observed this thing in the cork. Who observed this? Robert Hooke in 1665. Now see, Anton von, I am telling you that Anton von Leeuwenhoek, okay, Leeuwenhoek discovered living cell in year 1674 after Robert Hooke. Okay, who do you think actually discovered the cell? You have to find about this person who discovered actually the cell. Okay, and write down this in the comment box. Till then, let us go to the question. Now, who discovered the cell in 1665? I have told you many times. Now, tell me about this thing. Who discovered? Okay, students, will you be telling that? So, the answer will be Robert Hooke or Robert Crook, because these two will be neglected. I never told about these two things. I told about Robert, but in Robert also, Robert Hooke is the correct answer. A option is the correct answer. Okay, students, now I'm going to show you a picture here to tell about this. What is this? Okay student, so students, see, now you can see a house over here. Okay, so one more question comes up, that what is house made up of? Yes, so we can say that this is made up of blocks, this is made up of wood blocks, this is because bricks, we can see it is makes of many bricks. Yes, so same as that, so what our body is made up of? So same like house, we can say of ourselves also. And I told you that our body is made up of cells. Yes or no? Okay, so first tell me that it if it means that bricks and cells have something in common, like bricks or cells are same, including this house and our body. So the answer is yes. And for that, first let us see something. See, this is having this blocks, bricks. Okay, same, this is square. Okay, just let me show you. See this, are you able to see this? Square pieces, rectangle pieces. So this is of house, and our body, I told you, it looks like honeycomb in structure like this. This is also having same. Okay student, got it? So students, now there is a very interesting thing, you have to do simulation, you have to do practical. So see, you have to go to the O lab. Okay, in O lab also you have to go for the simulation of onion and cheek cells, and you have to just select the sample like onion cells or cheek cells. Okay, over here. And now see, you have to enlarge little by little, and you will be able to see this is onion cells, this is plant cell, that's why you can see hexagonal shape. Okay, and you will see these are something dark in color over here, this is known as cell wall. Okay, these are detached by cell wall, means in between them there is cell wall between two cells. But when will you see the cheek cells, it will be randomly like this. Okay, and in between it will be nucleus like this, cheek cells. Okay, they will not be having that cell wall. So students, see like this, the cell is having block like structure. Okay, same like this. So the cell is both, bricks is a building and cell is the living organism, our basic structural unit. Okay, the building through build of a similar bricks have different designs, shapes and size. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another that are made up of cells. Cells are the living organisms and complex living structure. Okay, living structure unlike non-living bricks. Now a question comes, a hen's egg can be seen easily. Okay, we can see this easily. Is it a cell or a group of cell? The main question is this. We can see only a single, okay, cell. So is it a single cell or a group of cell? So first we know that this egg, how it is made. When hen is hatching this egg, we need two things, one from male, one from female. Okay, this is male. Okay, and this is female, and there are already two cells over here, and this will merge and they will form a zygote. Okay, but over here it will form a egg, and this egg is already containing two cells, and it will multiply and make like this, and they will form and baby over there, means in hens it will form a chick in that egg, and it will come out of that. So it is having a group of cell, not only one cell. Okay students, everyone got that? And what do you think? You have to write down this in the comment section. For now it is okay, this is all about this you have to learn. In the higher classes you will study in the detail. Now See this question. Cells are the dash unit of all living organisms. Okay, here you can write structural and functional unit. Okay, students, structural and functional unit of the living organism. So students, everyone is clear till here. We will be moving further after this. So students, now tell me that how the scientists researched further about these cells. See, we were having that Robert Hooke discovered this cell. So how does this scientist Robert Hooke discovered this cell? Because we are not able to see the cells. There is something called what? Microscope. With the help of microscope, this scientist discovered what? Cell. Okay, so this microscope look like this. Okay students, now see this. Are you able to see this left one side? Yes, over here it is elephant and elephant's baby. Now students, see this is very big animal. So guess the cells present in this animal. So, and now guess the cells present in the human beings. So there is a lot of amount of cells, we can say millions or billions of cells. Okay, we cannot count in the our body. Okay, not in the elephant's body also. So do you know any organism which is having only one cell? Okay, so before that, now let's study about number of cells. In that also we can see this thing. So see, this is slipper like shape. Yes, this is known as paramecium. See, this is having no shape. Okay, this is called amoeba. This is like this. This is known as cladomonas. Okay, this is known as paramecium, and this is known as euglena. Got it? So these all are single celled organisms. So students, now let's talk about number of cells. Okay, are you excited for this? So now let's go for number of cells. So multicellular organism, this is the first thing. So organisms made up of more than one cell are called as multicellular. Multi means many and cellular means cell, and these are organisms. And now let's talk about unicellular organisms. The single celled organisms are called as unicellular. Uni means one, cellular means cell. So unicellular organism. A single cell organism perform all the necessary functions that multicellular organism perform. Okay students, everyone is with me till now? Let's go further. A single celled organism like amoeba captures and digests food, respires, excretes, grows and reproduces. Similar function in multicellular organisms are carried out by the group of specialized cells forming different tissues. Tissues in turn form organs. Okay. Now there is a question for you all. Which kind of cells have more advantage over the other? That multicellular organism or single celled? So now you have to take few seconds and concentrate on this question and answer the question in the comment section. Till then, let me tell you that every cell have their advantages. They are according to their capacity. Like humans have so many organs. For so many organs, it needs so many cells to work. Okay, so each cell is having its own function, but in smaller organism they don't need that much function, so they are having only one cell. That one cell is enough for them to make the whole system work in them. Okay students, so every cell have their own advantage, but we can see that the more advantage is for the multicellular organism because they are capable of doing anything in the world. Okay students, because they are supreme. Now let's see, I will give you a question. You have to differentiate between both of them. So you have to differentiate between unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Okay, you have to do this and you have to write this in the comment section. And now let me recap what we have studied till now. In the starting we have discussed about discovery of cell. Who discovered the cell? The discovery of cell was done by Robert Hooke in 1665. Okay, he did on cork, which was a dead cell. Then we talked about the cell. Okay, in that also we talked about plant and animal cell, which was onion and cheek cells. Then in the last we talked about unicellular and multicellular organism. Okay students, now by this I will be concluding by giving you some homework. The first question is, cells are the basic structural unit of living organisms. You have to explain about this. You have to differentiate between unicellular and multicellular organisms. You have to describe the discovery of cell. Okay students, and there is a very interesting activity for you all. So you have to do this activity in the lab. You have to visit a laboratory for senior secondary students, okay, in your school or in a neighboring school. Learn about the functioning of a microscope in the laboratory. Okay, also observe how a slide is observed under the microscope. You have to do all these things and share your experience with your friends, with your parents, and you can tell me also. Okay, I will be asking you all about your experience and how it is done. So thank you students, I will be taking leave now. We will be meeting in the next lecture with a new interesting topic. So thank you for now.